in terms of the impact that it's having, I think we just need to ask
In Wednesday's
everyday
press conference, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez addressed a growing tension in U.S. energy policy. How to balance rising electricity demand from artificial intelligence infrastructure with the political push to lower energy costs for everyday Americans. At the center of the discussion is the surge in power consumption driven by AI data centers. These facilities, which support everything from machine learning models to cloud computing, require enormous energy electricity supply. As AI adoption accelerates, energy demand is no longer just a future concern. It's happening now, and it's scaling rapidly. Now, let's dive into the next one. Time to tackle the threat head-on. Let's see how it unfolds.
Yeah, Congresswoman, you walk. Chase Williams with Fox Business. You mentioned 267% electric bills up each month. The administration has taken some steps to remedy these concerns. I wonder what you make of their actions. And my second question for both of you is, do either of you guys use artificial intelligence in your everyday lives?
So, in terms of the impact that it's having, I think we just need to ask everyday people on if they're feeling the effects of that. I think as much as as I personally have differences with this administration, I would want them to be successful in reducing the energy bills of American people, but people aren't feeling it. It's not working. In New York City alone, there are some families that are getting electric bills that are $600 a month, as high as some people were paying in rent not too long ago before our housing costs skyrocketed as well. So, I don't think those efforts are working on behalf of the administration. As far as AI, I do not regularly integrate it into my daily life, but I know many people do. I think our job tends to be a little bit more. For me, a lot of my job is quite writing based, and I like to do my own. Thank you.
Very old-fashioned.
I'm old-fashioned that way.
To answer the question, we have looked at AI. We did a chat with Claude recently, but I don't use it on a regular basis. Other questions? Anyone else? Yes.
The Donald Trump administration has been emphasizing lower energy bills as part of its broader economic message. The idea is simple and politically effective: reduce costs for households and businesses. But the complication comes when you consider what's driving demand behind the scenes: AI infrastructure, industrial expansion, and digital transformation. Ocasio-Cortez's response highlights a key policy contradiction. On one hand, there's pressure to keep energy cheap. On the other, there's a structural increase in demand that could push prices upward unless supply expands significantly. And expanding supply isn't neutral. It involves choices about fossil fuels, renewables, grid modernization, and environmental trade-offs. What she's essentially pointing out is that you can't talk about lowering energy costs in isolation. If AI data centers continue to grow at their current pace, the U.S. will need massive investments in energy generation and transmission. Without that, the increased demand could strain the grid and drive prices higher, especially in regions already facing capacity issues. There's also a deeper economic layer here. AI is becoming a cornerstone of global competitiveness. Limiting energy access or failing to meet demand could slow innovation and push companies to relocate infrastructure elsewhere. But aggressively expanding energy production, especially through traditional sources, raises environmental and climate concerns, something Ocasio-Cortez has consistently emphasized in her policy positions. So this isn't just a debate about electricity bills. It's about the future of the U.S. economy, climate policy, and technological leadership. Lawmakers are being forced to reconcile short-term affordability with long-term infrastructure planning. In many ways, this moment reflects a broader transition. The digital economy is no longer lightweight in terms of resource use. AI, data centers, and cloud computing are energy-intensive industries, and they're reshaping how policymakers think about power generation. Ocasio-Cortez remarks bring attention to that reality. If the U.S. wants to lead in AI while keeping energy affordable, it will require coordinated policy, investment in clean energy, smarter grids, and a clear strategy for managing demand growth. Because without that balance, the promise of lower energy bills may collide directly with the power needs of the future. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next content.